Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. This is Round Glass Living. I'm Vishvapani. I live in the UK, and thank you for joining me to experience mindfulness. Now, mindfulness isn't just an individual practice that we do for a length of time and then we stop. Mindfulness is really a faculty, something that we can make a part of our life as a whole. And a good way to do that is by building it in as a habit, building it into the course of our day. And so today in the practice, we're going to be learning a really simple, really great technique called the 3-step breathing space. Lots of people do it, and it's a really good way to help us build mindfulness into our life. It's a great way to access our capacity to settle, to cope, and to be more creative. So, what we're going to do to start with is a short version of the breathing space. We're going to do this in about 3 minutes. And this might be the portable version that you can then bring into your life. Then we'll do a slightly longer one after that. So, let's just get into it. Find a posture. We're not going to do a big setup because this is something you might do anywhere. Just find somewhere that you can sit that feels stable, feels upright, feels comfortable. Usually a good idea to close our eyes, turn our attention inwards and reducing the amount of stimulation from our visual field. And to start with, we just notice what's here. What's in our experience. So feeling the body, sensing or noticing the body. Feeling the feet on the floor and the whole body all the way up through the torso to the crown of the head and the arms. Take a breath. And now we're going to really focus our attention on the breathing. So we've arrived, we've become aware, and now we need to focus. Let's focus on the sensations of breathing. Maybe sensing the sensations in the chest area. Just feeling how the breath is. And we're not going to think about anything else for now. Just let the breath flow and let the attention settle. You could maybe take your attention down to the tummy, the stomach, the abdomen that's moving as we breathe. So just settling the mind by noticing the sensations. Maybe sensations of rising with the in-breath and settling with the out-breath. Just being present, staying with these sensations. Take a breath, give yourself some space. Now we're going to move to the next stage of the practice, which is just expanding our awareness through the body. So feeling the body as a whole. Just noticing anything that feels tense or tight or constricted. Just let the breath flow into that, wherever that is in the body. And checking in with how we are. Our thoughts, our feelings, our energy, our mood, just what's going on. And then starting to bring the breathing space to a close. That's it. 3 minutes. Actually, it might have been slightly longer. And that's a practice that you can do at any time. So there's a little bit of structure there, which is quite helpful. It's good to have some stages where you can just sit quietly, but structure can help. So the first stage, we are just arriving. We're bringing awareness to what's happening. So we notice the body, the feelings, all that sort of thing. Then in the second stage, we gather our attention, our awareness, our energy by having a particular focus, and that's the breath. And the third stage is expanding. So we let our awareness spread through the whole body with a sensitivity to what's going on, really connecting, and then we finish. So awareness, gathering, energy, AGE. Awareness, gathering, expanding. AGE spells age. You can also imagine it as an hourglass shape. So wide and then narrowing in to focus and then broadening out again. Yes? So that's a fantastic practice to do, the breathing space. We used to call it the 3-minute breathing space, but really it's a 3-stage breathing space. 3 minutes is a good time, and you might be able to find some time in the day to do that regularly. But we can also use these stages as a structure for a slightly longer practice, which we'll do in a moment. So starting with awareness again, then we're going to focus our attention by taking the breath as our object of concentration. And then we're going to expand our awareness with that sensitivity to what's going on. Okay? So let's get back into it. And just pause as we sit, just to sense how we are, how that last practice maybe affected us. And feeling our posture, our feet on the floor, the bottom on the chair, the spine and the back rising up. And bringing awareness to what's happening. So this is the awareness stage. And we can start with the body. Becoming aware of the body is a great way to help us be really present. So, taking awareness through the body perhaps. You can just imagine that awareness is filling up the body from the feet, it's filling up the whole body, it's rising up through the tummy, through the chest, through the shoulders and arms, all the way up through the head. Filling the body with awareness, just sensitive to how the body is now. The contact points and the whole breadth of our awareness in the body. And with that, we maybe get a sense of how we are. So one part of that is noticing the thoughts that are drawing our attention, and they keep on drawing our attention. That's what thoughts do. Just noticing that tug to think about particular things. And it can be really great. Just say to ourselves, not now. It's something else that's important, which is just being quiet. Allowing space for a sense of peace. Just being aware. We have everything we need in this moment. And then we could just stay in this open space, but we can very easily start to drift. So let's give ourselves a focus. Let's take the breath as the place to rest our concentration. And let's be specific about the sensations of breathing that we're going to pay attention to. Maybe starting in the chest. You could put your hand on your chest if you like. It's quite a centering thing to do. Or just notice the movement of the chest. Feeling the heart center. Whatever we notice here. Breath rising, breath settling, and then coming down to the tummy, still focusing on these sensations of breathing. Tummy rising, tummy falling. And now it's time to move to the third stage of the practice. We're just going to expand our awareness through the whole body. Again, feeling the body as a whole, just expanding out from the breath through the torso, the arms, the legs, the head. Just sensing, experiencing, and what do we experience in the body? Is there something that feels tight or tense? Just let the breath flow into that area. How about our emotional experience, our mood, our energy? What's happening? And it might be pleasant, it might not be so pleasant. That's all right, we're bringing awareness. So opening our minds into this broader, more expansive awareness. Open to whatever happens. And letting go of any sense of effort. Just resting, settling, breathing. Touching base. Maybe just touching into something that's there below the level of thoughts, maybe even below the level of feelings. The core, the center. And now we need to make a transition as we come towards the end of the practice. Just feeling the body, maybe introducing a little bit of movement. Moving the shoulders, moving the fingers, moving the toes. When you're ready, bringing the practice to a close and opening the eyes. So again, we did the 3-step breathing space. And with those 3 stages of awareness, gathering, expanding. So thank you so much to someone who's shared your question in the chat. My breathing felt very shallow and uneven. What do you recommend to calm one's breath? Is it a good time to think of the sky or the ocean? Okay. So when we take a mindfulness approach to our experience, really what we're doing is we're just bringing our attention to what's there. And if the breath is shallow, feels uneven, that might feel a bit jarring, but actually we can just notice it. And I think we need to be a little hesitant about trying to find a technique that will take us away from that into a realm of relaxation. No, this is what's going on. I'm feeling a little jittery. Just allow that to unfold. Now there are things that you can do, even within just breath awareness. You can take your attention lower in the body. That tends to be connecting us more with the body. Another thing that can happen is when we bring our attention to the breath, we become a bit self-conscious about it. And you know, you're maybe subtly changing the breath, or there's a bit of tension and nervousness or anxiety around the breath. So just let things flow, allow it to be like that if it is like that, and just stay consistently present. With this practice, what we're doing really is opening a door into the settled, calm part of ourselves. I mean, generally speaking, focusing on the breath will do that. Not for everyone, it might not be right for you, but on the whole. And that's really helpful if we're integrating mindfulness into our daily life. So you can do the breathing space as a regular practice. It can be a challenge to remember to do it, so you may need to tie it to something in your routine, your schedule, like getting up and so on. Now you can also do the breathing space as what we call a coping practice. So you might feel upset or activated, you might feel a need to recenter yourself or settle. So what do you do then? And reconnecting with that sense of calm, opening that door, can be really helpful. So any meditation practice requires a certain faith. You know, we human beings are actually quite like plants. If we get sunlight, if we get water, then we will grow and blossom. We don't make it happen, it just does happen. And the practice helps us to do that. It's like opening a window and the light comes in, or dousing ourselves in water. There's a beautiful poem I want to finish with by the English poet Philip Larkin. It's called The Trees. The trees are coming into leaf, like something almost being said. The recent buds relax and spread. Their greenness is a kind of grief. Is it that they are born again and we grow old? No. They die too. Their yearly trick of looking new is written down in rings of grain. Yet still the unresting castles thrash in full-grown thickness every May. Last year is dead, they seem to say, begin afresh, afresh, afresh. So I hope this session has been refreshing for you. Thank you for sharing this time. Please continue to explore your meditation practice with us. You can check out our daily live meditations at roundglass.com or on the Round Glass Living app. There's also lots of archive material for you to check in. Have a great day. Breathe, refresh yourself.